ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ybot, and that angry Draenei ghost that you see up there is Socrethar the Eternal. He is pissed. He used to be a noble exarch, of the Draenei, one of the 5 exarchs, but he has been corrupted, and now he leads the Sargerai. We defeated him in Shattrath. If you completed the Garrison campaign, that's why he's a ghost, but his soul remains around. And now his soul, he was trying to get it bound to the construct, but we screwed that up for him, so he's like, F you guys, the construct's ready to go, I don't care if I'm fully bound to it, I'm here to kick your ass, fleas. So, now we get to deal with Socrethar the Eternal, and his construct, his soulbound construct as it would be called. So I am going to go ahead and get started with the LFR version of the fight that you can find over on Icy-Veins.com in the raid section. So this is looking for raid. I will start off with that, and I will move on later on to the normal version here if we've got time. We probably will, because the LFR version is usually super duper short. And as always, guys, I just winged this fight with the Dungeon Journal information, and I will comment on it as we go. So let's get started here. Tanks! During Phase 1, perform a tank switch whenever you get the Shattered Defenses. So I have that debuff right now, as you can see, and I'm pointing to it. Awesome! Shattered Defenses! I've got like, looks like 10 seconds left or so on that. So want to make sure that you do a tank switch when that happens. During Phase 2, one tank has to deal with all the mobs, while the other tank actually goes into the soulbound construct. Please note, this is LFR. There is no sort of organization going on here. It's a fun toy that people get to drive, so please be aware that your healers, your DPS are probably going to ninja the damn construct. And on LFR, as long as they actually know how to use the construct, that's not actually a problem. I mean, your DPS can legit ninja the construct and go ahead and use it, just as long as they use it properly. So there are instructions on how to use the constructs, and yeah, I'd prefer if my healers don't do it. It wasn't this particular fight that my healer actually did that. It was the last fight I did, just trying to get my tomes there, and I was pissed. It was like, what the hell? Like, a healer did that, but we need you. And yeah, as you can see there, you can't select it for quite a while, and then you get the little cogwheel, but it seems like always whenever the cog comes up, someone's popped in there. So that's just my little grumpiness about the construct there. But anyways, what you're supposed to do, and what I certainly am not doing, is you're supposed to be babysitting the damn portals and picking up the ads as they come out. I was under the impression, because I've watched a little bit of Fat Boss Stevie's guides for the higher difficulties here, so check them out as well. They are a very valuable resource for higher level content there. Yeah, I was under the impression that the construct does that, which it seems to do on and off. The construct player that I had last time just kind of went ham on Socrethar's soul, and that was it. Now, eventually the construct will run out of health. I think eventually Socrethar forces it to run out of health at some point, and we'll get into that in a little bit here. So I will go back to the guide here, and I will stop going off of my knowledge and stop ranting for you guys here. So, during Phase 2, one tank must handle all the mobs. The other tank will control a soulbound construct, which likely not gonna happen pretty much 100% of the time that I've raided here, which, granted, I haven't done a tremendous amount here, but it seems fairly consistent that somebody else wants to play with a fun toy. So anyway here, whoever is driving the Shadowbound construct will, when it's brought down to 0 health, must keep it away from the Haunting Souls and use the construct's abilities of Fellblaze Charge into the Void Zones to obstruct the movement of ads that spawn from the portals. Use Violet Fell Orb to damage the same ads that are popping out of the portals. use Fell Prison to prevent haunting souls from making it to their targets, and spam reverberating blows on the soul of Socrethar. So, the healer who was going ham on Socrethar with reverberating blows is actually not a terrible idea. That does, when you're fighting it, that does stack, and as you guys saw a little while ago, I did die because of that. So you need to definitely do that old tank switch there. So, and once again, phase 1, perform a tank switch. When the Shattered Defenses debuffs are too high, otherwise you will die. You will get gimped. Now, let's take a look at what it says for the healers here. If targeted with Gift of the Manrai, stand 8 yards away from others until the debuff expires. Shadow Word Agony is cast by Sigari Shadowcaller's current tank when it reaches too many stacks. So make sure you dispel Agony if you are the healer. And finally, Melee. DPS the Crystal Fell Prisons whenever any are up. If targeted by Gift of the Manrai, get the hell away. Doesn't look like tanks get targeted by Gift of the Manrai, which is great because we kind of need to be near the ads and consequently near all the melee DPS. And once again, guys, as I always say every single video, make sure you've got that other tank on focus. S'il vous plaît, por favor. Get them on on focus so you can see when shit goes down. And I believe we are back down to phase number 1 here. Yes, indeed we are. Our bear tank is dealing with it once again. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the detailed version here because we still got lots of frickin' time. So let's take a look at what will happen if you are dealing with this on normal mode here, and also a little bit more information on the fight itself. So we are going to skip ahead here to the tank section, which is pretty much the same. Switch when it's Shattered Defenses, so you gotta keep an eye on that. I think I effed it up again because our bear tank was gibbed into the ground, and yeah, we finally got the we've got the Shadowbound Construct attacking me for a change. So ultimately, this is just going to be a 2-stage fight. You need to DPS the Construct down to nothing, which is not that hard, and then you've got to DPS the Soul of Socrethar down to nothing. And once he dies, then the fight is over, the Construct explodes, and the player gets out of it, and everything is wonderful. And then you get to face Tyrant Velhari, who feeds on your tears. Let's take a look here. I'm just scrolling through here and seeing what else I can find. For everyone here, because everything else looks pretty much the same for tanks. During phase 1, avoid standing in Fell Prison zones. Avoid standing in the Fell Blaze Charge Void zones, so don't stand in the fire, please. And I'm dead once again. I think I'm having trouble with the tank mechanics here, honestly. I think I'm having problems with the with performing appropriate tank switches, which occasionally can be a problem in LFR. It depends on how good your particular realm is. So yeah, don't stand in the green fire, as I was saying before. During phase 2, interrupt Exert Dominance. That's mostly DPS probably. Actually, no, that'll be tanks as well. Shadow Bolt Volley and Shadow Word Agony in that order of priority. If targeted with Gift of the Manrai, get away from everybody else. During phase 1, the raid only has to deal with the Soulbound Construct. When the Soulbound Construct dies, that phase ends and phase 2 begins. Each time phase 2 ends, phase 1 starts again. And it is identical each time. Since the Soul of Socrethar cannot be attacked during phase 1, the fight cannot be completed at this time. Your raid must wait to enter phase 2 for this to happen again. Alright, we are back into phase 2 now. And I'm just scrolling down here. Phase 1 is very straightforward. You just need to tank switch, which apparently I'm having problems with today. Possibly me and the other tank here are both having problems with it, but definitely myself because I've died twice. So, bit of a messy attempt, but it does look like Socrethar is in the process of getting murdered here, which is very good because he's a very bad man, and he should have stayed dead after Ladrian and Ural and your character beat the crap out of him at the heart of Socrethar City. But he just had to come back. Which, granted, I'm very excited about him having proper voice acting this time. In the Battle of Socrethar City, which maybe I'll give you guys a video of later if I've got time, but it's so disappointing. It's text only! Whereas the original quest in Shadowmoon Valley is completely voice acted when Exarch, I think it's Emethel, reveals himself to be Socrethar, and then he's like... And then he's betrayed the Draenei, he's got a lot of followers, you find out that oh my goodness, I don't even remember what the Soul Priest's name is. I think it's Yulani? There's Tulani and Yulani, I believe. Yulani is the one who, Soul Caller, Yulani is the one who has betrayed the Draenei, is now Sargerai. And then Tulani is the one who's still loyal and becomes a follower. Anyway, guys, that's it for the lore rant. That's it for Socrethar. Hopefully he doesn't come back again. Hopefully he doesn't turn into Kael'thas, which, I'm calling it now, guys. We are going to see Kael'thas in the Legion expansion. Keep that in mind. I said it here first. Probably not, but I'm saying it anyway. And to get your delicious loots, you go over to the Demon's Chest there. And next, you need to deal with loads and loads of ads in between you and Tyrant Belhari. And I will have her in another video here. There'll be a link in the description below this video for her. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon. See you next time.